What's up guys, I'm Nick, the owner of Rōzmary Kitchen. We're gonna be making 2 sandwiches today. Noni's Eggplant, the BB Gobbler. Let's get into it. Usually in the Rōzmary Kitchen, I do a roasted eggplant with balsamic vinegar, but this time we're gonna do fried. I think it's gonna be way better. First things first, let's get the eggplant cut here. You wanna go pretty thin with it, because we're looking for some super crispy edges. If you go a little too thick, it's just gonna be too mushy. So you're going for about 1/4 inch. Season up your breadcrumbs a little bit. Gotta throw some Parmesan in there, kind of doing the eggplant Parmesan style. So next step is gonna be breading the eggplant. Kind of the same breading technique for anything, meat or veggies. So first things first, get your eggplant in the flour. Flour is gonna help the eggs stick to the eggplant. So left hand's gonna be the wet hand. And then we throw it in the breadcrumbs, back to the dry hand. Throw that breadcrumb over the eggplant. We always have breadcrumbs in-house because we got leftover bread all the time. There you go, right there. Bam, easy. All right, next step, we're gonna fry these bad boys up. This is a shallow fry. So I got olive oil in this cast iron right here. If it sizzles, you're good. So as you can see, this is exactly what you're looking for. Probably fry these guys for about 5 minutes aside. You have that nice Parmesan in there. It's gonna kind of caramelize in the oil, get all that umami, salty, rich flavor. I'll flip them over now. See that nice golden brown? That's what you're looking for right there. We're really looking for just super crispy on the outside and just that creamy eggplant texture on the inside, which is really what you're looking for in eggplant. You want it to be just super meaty. It's gonna go super good in this sandwich. That's what you want right there. So I'm gonna throw a few crushed garlic cloves in there. You wanna do this at the end. If you do this in the beginning, it's just gonna burn the garlic, but it's just gonna give a nice flavor to the eggplant. You want to shake it just a little bit, be careful. Get that garlic scent all throughout the oil. All right, and they'll go in there for probably about another 2 minutes, and then we'll take them out and throw them on some paper towels to drain the oil off. You can feel with the tongs that it's super soft. It almost has like a custard interior to it, which is really what you're looking for. And it's good to like shingle the eggplant a little bit, especially if you don't have a wire rack, because it gets airflow underneath and it will stay crispy underneath. I'm gonna start assembling the sandwich. This is our sesame roll. This is 100% kamut flour at the Midwife at the Baker down in Mountain View, custom made for us. I think it goes really good with like Italian style sandwiches. So this is kind of Italian style, kind of crusty, chewy, nutty from all the sesame seeds. So, and at Rōzmary Kitchen, we like to cut the rolls not all the way through. We like that hinge. I think it keeps the sandwich together a little bit more. Typically, I don't heat up the bread too often since it is so fresh, but this is a hot sandwich, so toast up the bread a little bit, just right on the inside. Not too much, you don't want to get it like hard. So this is our homemade pesto. It's actually vegan, there's no cheese in it. It's basically just blanched basil, which is, I throw the basil leaves in a little bit of hot water real quick to get that like nice green color. You're not really sacrificing the flavor of the basil. On the other side, we're gonna put this chili jam. This stuff I don't make just because it's so delicious. It's just Calabrian chili, sugar, and pectin. You could put this stuff on like a freaking leather shoe and it would taste good. So we're gonna just throw a little bit of this on the other side. Probably about a spoonful is good. You think it's gonna be kind of like desserty, but it's just basically all peppers. It's not that hot either. It has a little bit of spice to it, but. All right, let's get these fried eggplant on here. These things are looking real nice. 2 is probably good. You don't want to go too crazy with the sandwich. There's a lot more stuff that's going to be going into this. You don't want to fill them up too much. It's really important to season everything that goes into a sandwich too. You really want to taste everything. So I'm just going to finish it with just a little bit of salt. We got some really nice burrata right here. Burrata is basically like fresh mozzarella that's stuffed with kind of like cream. You can use fresh mozzarella too. You could use whatever you want, but burrata just kind of adds another creamy element to this sandwich. I'm just kind of cutting it off with a spoon and I'm putting it along the base of the sandwich. Season that up again. Burrata's pretty bland, so you want a little nice salt to put on it. If you have Maldon salt, that's like the way to go. It has a nice crunch, really clean flavor. Never too much cheese. fresh Parmesan. So the next one is, these are our homemade roasted tomatoes. They're essentially just Roma tomatoes that we oven dry for 3 hours and then marinate in olive oil, Italian herbs, and garlic powder. It really adds a nice like juicy pop to the sandwich, nice acid. The sandwich needs a little bit of freshness, so we're gonna add some, like an arugula salad, basically. This is just some really nice market arugula. And I got a really simple balsamic dressing right here, all right? Lightly coat the arugula, all right? A little of that, a little bit of salt, okay? It might look like a lot, but once we wrap this guy up, it's really important we wrap it in paper. It's just gonna push everything in there together, make it real nice. This is a calcivetrano olive and pickled cherry pepper relish. Nice spice, a little bit of fattiness from the olive. It just adds another dimension to the sandwich. All right, the wrap, very important in the Rōzmary Kitchen world. The way to do it is put the sandwich in the center, use the paper to push in all the ingredients into the sandwich, all right? Fold in the sides and just wrap the rest of the way. Noni's eggplant. Yeah. All right, the next sandwich we're gonna do, it's called BB Gobbler. It's a turkey sandwich. Not a lot of components, but every component has a lot of ingredients, so a lot going on. So the first thing we're gonna start with is the bacon. So we got this nice slab bacon right here. You want a good bacon. You don't wanna go cheap on the bacon. You can see the cut, you want thick. Boom. 1/4 inch, baby. Just throw it in a medium pan. You gotta start it first because it is gonna take a while. You wanna get it crispy, render out all that fat. I usually don't put bacon on this sandwich, but I was like, why the hell not? Next thing we're gonna do is the slaw, a classic dill slaw, creamy, mustardy vinaigrette, aioli based. This is about 1/8 of a cabbage here. So you just wanna slice it really thin as you can. You can also use a mandolin for this, but as a home cook, you probably don't wanna use it. They're a little dangerous, might cut a finger. I like a little bit of onion in my slaw. This I use the mandolin for just because it's hard to get a really thin slice on just a knife. And you want these things just paper thin. So that's probably good. About a quarter of an onion. Sprinkle that in there. Probably want to turn it down just a little bit. It's getting a little heavy. Once you render off the first side, it goes pretty fast after that. So I'm gonna keep that on a pretty low temperature. This is the dill slaw after all, so heavy on the dill, which I'm super into. I love dill. Cut it pretty fine, whole thing. Slice the stems as thin as possible. I really like the stems. They have a nice, like, really strong dill flavor. And then this is just the Rōzmary Kitchen, our house coleslaw dressing. It's basically aioli, cider vinegar, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of maple syrup, and whole grain mustard and salt. Super delicious. It's like sweet, creamy. Again, I like a creamy slaw, so I don't really hold back on the dressing. Especially in a sandwich, you want everything to be seasoned, almost over seasoned, because when you put it between bread, it's gonna hide a lot of the flavors. A little bit of salt. That's what you're looking for right there. Super dilly, creamy, crunchy, fresh. It's probably good to go. This is what you're looking for right here. Crispy bacon. Especially in a sandwich, you want crispy bacon because you're really not, you're looking for that bacon flavor in the sandwich, but it's a really pleasant crunch in a sandwich too. In my opinion, you need it pretty crispy. That's what you're looking for right there. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is gonna be the spread for the BB Gobbler. It's basically a sharp cheddar scallion spread. Gotta get a really nice sharp aged cheddar. This is a year aged English white cheddar. So it's gonna be mixed with aioli, a little bit of cream cheese. I'm gonna put a shit ton of scallions in it, garlic powder, onion powder. It almost tastes like ranch. That's kind of what I was going for. It just pairs really nicely with the turkey in the sandwich and the slaw and the sweet pickles. So let's get into it. So there's about a pound of sharp cheddar. We're gonna grate this guy. So basically just throw everything into a bowl. So that's about a pound of aged cheddar. We got a half a pound of cream cheese right here. We got a cup of our homemade aioli, which is definitely what makes Rōzmary Kitchen stand out a little bit beyond other sandwich spots. All our aioli, mayonnaise if you will, is all homemade. All right, we're gonna slice about 2 bunches of scallions. You wanna slice them as thin as you can, but you wanna go heavy on the scallions. I mean, I just like them a lot. I think it goes really well in these kind of dips or spreads like this. All right, get that in there. Salt in there, probably about a teaspoon. All right, we'll throw in a little bit of onion powder. Kind of gives it that like ranchy kind of flavor. It's super good. A little bit of black pepper. A little bit of sugar too. It just kind of helps balance everything out a little bit. Next step here is just to kind of mash everything together. Might feel kind of weird at first. It kind of just gives it that color, you know? Our Sesame Dutch Crunch, very Bay Area. We make it a little different. We get it from the bakery down in Mountain View called Midway from the Baker. They put sesame seeds in the crunch, the topping, which gives it a really unique nutty flavor. Again, you want to slice these rolls not all the way through. You want that hinge. Open these guys up a little bit. So we'll get this cheddar scallion spread. You probably want about 1.5 tablespoons per side. This is how I like to do it. You kind of just wipe the corner and then you spread afterwards, just like that. And then after this, we're gonna throw it in the oven. So we just toasted these guys up real quick. Next step is gonna be the turkey. This is how we portion it at Rōzmary Kitchen. Again, I would show you how we do the turkey, but it's a 3-day process. We basically just get the turkey breast in, brine it overnight, take it out, and then we crust it in basically pastrami spices. So ton of black pepper, ton of coriander, mustard seeds, smoked paprika. Let that sit overnight so it gets a nice crust. And then slowly bake it in the oven until the temperature reaches like 165 degrees. Then cool it again overnight, and then we slice it. So almost 4 days. All right, next step, we got some bacon. You can go as heavy as you want, it doesn't matter. So next step is gonna be the dill slaw. Try to shake off a little bit of the dressing. You don't want it too juicy. You don't want the bread to get too soggy. This is actually another good reason why you wanna split a roll when you make a sandwich as opposed to cutting it all the way through. It kind of holds the liquid in a little bit better. Sweet bread and butter pickles. These are usually house made. I forgot those today, so we just bought some jarred bread and butter pickles. Pretty good though. All right. Let's wrap these guys up. I like to kind of just push everything a little more into the center. The BB Gobbler.